Hey y'all, got a little tip here as we're going along. This will be a quick little video, little help on trying to cut tubing straight without a chop saw. If you're going to do it by hand, either with a hacksaw or a cut-off wheel like I use, death wheel, and how to do notching and stuff too. I mean, just minor stuff, but I mean it's a cool little trick. I learned doing prototype stuff, doing end of part stuff on fixtures that you had to be repetitive over and over and over and over again, exactly the same. So check it out. Let me get you over here. And we wanted to cut the bumper here, as I said. I cut that piece there. I don't know if you can see that up close. You can still see the little line, the marker or the pen mark that I put on there. We marked it for the length, right? And then what we do is we take a piece of masking, or in this case, a rubber hose that fits tightly over the tube, and you use a 90. I mean, you see this piece has got a little arc to it, a little tune up to it. So you just use this edge and this edge. It ain't got to be perfect, but I mean, it gets you real close. So you just turn this on here, get it right up to where you wanted to cut it off, right? And then you come over here, you get your pen, and you mark it, right, all the way around. And then you can pull this thing off, and you got a nice straight line all the way around. I know some people try to wrap tape, right? And then sometimes, you know, even when you use wide tape, it just won't stay. So what I did on that one, when I cut it, I left this actually on there to hold that flap of tape down. I leave the flap so it's easier to get the tape back off, because this is going to get hot, and then the tape's not going to want to come off of there. So it just makes it easier to get it off. Of course, you can do this, you can take it to the next extent and notch the mask, because we're going from 3/4 inch to 1 1/8, right? So what I did is I took this rubber hose and I set this here and marked it with a pen, then took it to the grinder and tuned it up, right? And then you do the same thing you're doing here, except the other way. You fit it so it's 90 degrees from the tube, right, on either side. It fits snugly. And so what we're doing here is, here, let me set you down. If you stay right there. What we're going to do is use our little template that we made, right, for the height I showed you in that other video. And we're going to put this, we're going to get that right tight up in here, right? Then we're going to put our mask in here, or our template in here. And this is going to give us the length, right? So then we'll take a little scriber. We got the Dicom on there. It's already nice and dry. We'll just put a little mark here, right? And then we're going to do is go 180. And we're going to do this same thing in tight with the vertical tube. Get our template in there. And then we'll mark the very depth of that 1 1/8 there, and then we'll go ahead and slide this on, right? Right up to, go right up to the depth there, and then we'll flip it over and see if we're close with the mark, and then we'll go ahead and scribe it right around, right? Scribe all the way around. We'll just cut it right off flat, and then we'll know how to tune this up. And what it does is it'll keep this notch and this notch, you know, in line, so they're not like this or like this, you know, and it makes it a little easier. It's just this little tip, a little trick that you can use, all kinds of stuff, anything, you know. I mean, here we're working in basically one dimension, it's flat, and trying to roll this over, you're actually changing that radius than you are when it's in its single dimension or whatever, being flat. When you start rolling it, you're actually changing that radius. So, you know, it's not that big a deal. You just get it close. We're using a little rotary deal, right, to buzz in the end of the tube and get it to fit. You know, we use another piece of 3/4 but that's it. Little quick tip. I'm going to get this going. Then I'm going to get it all mocked up, set up over there, and we'll go from there. All right, see you in a bit.